it is $3,500.
USD.
USD.
I see.
And I think they have limited number of sessions also. The number of sessions, yes, that is also limited only.
I see.
Even for 1 month, it is not unlimited number of sessions. So it is
expensive. I see. But worthy, very worthy.
Yes, that's what we felt. And IEEE Computer Society bought this for this conference.
I see. India session, they bought for you.
Yes, because I'm in the IEEE Computer Society as the secretary, and I'm also in the Diversity and Inclusion Committee.
I see.
So when I started this as a full-fledged conference in 2019, actually EMI supported me from Region 10, and also IEEE Computer Society supported me along with the World Bank.
Wow, great. Very nice.
So this year, and IEEE Computer Society adopted this as their flagship conference for the diversity and inclusion.
I see. Yeah.
So every year they are sponsoring it.
I see. I'm also EDI committee for our university.
Really?
Involved. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So there, they Hello, Ms. Vishwanathan.
Yes, I am sorry. I had a bit of a technical issue. I don't want to blame anybody but myself. Sorry, I just dialed in.
It's okay. Thank you for joining us. Okay, then shall we start the session? Or
yes.
Should we wait for a few more minutes for others to join?
Sure. No. Let us start the session. And I'm sure everyone will join. Before we introduce the speaker, I'm sure everyone will join.
Sure. Okay. Then let me start. All right. Okay. Good morning, afternoon, evening, ladies and gentlemen, everyone. Thanks for joining our session, welcoming women back to the corporate world. On behalf of Returning Mothers Conference Committee, allow me to extend a warm welcome to you. My name is Nuri Kim, Chair IEEE Women in Engineering Singapore Affinity Group, and an assistant professor at Newcastle University in Singapore, Electrical and Electronic Engineering Department. I'm delighted to be here today as a session chair, and I'm honored to introduce our speaker, Vishwanathan Gopalan, Vish, who has been with BNI Bank of New York Mellon for 5 years, leading Finance COE, India. He joined BNY Mellon Chennai as a SIR group manager and handles controls and FMA businesses from India and oversight to India Treasury, Finance, and GSEM Quality Assurance team. As a Finance COE India, he has a total HC of close to 400 located both in Chennai and Pune. He is also a chartered accountant by profession and has an overall experience of about 20 plus years. Please welcome Bish, our speaker. The stage is yours. Please.
Thank you so much, and let me start by good afternoon or good morning, depending on which part of the world we are in. It was my pleasure and honor to be here. For a moment, I was worried whether I could connect or not. I had some technical issues, and then I couldn't take my daughter's laptop because she was having some exams, and then I requested my wife to give her laptop, and it was a rushed operation. Thank God I could join. I would have hated to have missed this kind of thing. So when the team reached out to me about a week or so back requesting whether I can speak, I was immediately excited because this is a topic close to my heart, having experienced it in my family as also, and being in a senior position, I've seen the impact it has got. So what I thought I will do is I'll just give an overview of how it is currently, how the corporate world has changed. I've been working for about 21 years, how it was about 2 decades back and how it is now. And what I would request the women folk also to be prepared in terms of ready, what is it that they need to know, what is it that they need to understand. Feel free to ask me any questions you have, and hopefully I should have answers to them. And if I don't, I promise you I will check and I'll come back to you. So one, in terms of returning women back to workforce. So let me go back and give some context. So I've been working for 21 years, and when I got married, and shortly after my marriage, I was transferred to, I was at Standard Chartered at that point of time. I've been a career banker all my life. I was transferred to Standard Chartered Bangalore. My wife is also a chartered accountant, and she's a rank holder in the top 10, and she's much more smarter and intelligent than me. So obviously, my career took precedence over her career 2 decades back, and I relocated to Bangalore along with her. So I joined Stanchart, and she was looking for a job. But at that point of time, whatever interview she attended, she was told, "Oh, you just got married, so we are not sure you'll take a break. What's the guarantee your husband will not get transferred again? How do I know that you'll be stable with us?" And that was the kind of feedback she used to get. And that left her very depressed and dejected. Why am I not getting a job in spite of being qualified, kind of thing? But eventually she did. And that was how it was in 2000, 2001. And I think we have come a long way from that. And many of the prejudices which I have seen in my role is also changing, because I have seen, "Oh, you're reporting into a women manager. Oh, what would she know?" kind of thing like that. "Oh, no, I don't think it's right for you." And I think those prejudices existed. And in all honesty, it does exist in still some pockets, but I think things are changing. Why I mean by things are changing is I think more corporates, more organizations are becoming more and more inclusive. They are trying to realize that they are leaving 50% of the population now, talented people, because of archaic rules, beliefs, thoughts, kind of thing. I think they now have more of an understanding of the reality of the world, and most organizations are taking steps to make people feel welcome back to the corporate world, make it a more inclusive environment. Now, if you ask me, have we completely gone the other end of the pendulum? The answer is no. But are we getting there? The answer is definitely yes. Because like I said, working for 20 years and seeing where it was in 2001 and 2002 and where we are in 2021, kind of thing, there has been a paradigm shift where organizations. A classic example is maternity leave. The government of India extended it to 6 months, and most corporations followed suit. But today, actually, we do extend that leave, and many of our women colleagues do take off for 9 months. And I'll give you another example. In this appraisal of women's performance rating, performance appraisal rating, you used to have a target to be met as underperformance. So by default, I remember people used to say, "Oh, she's on maternity leave, let's rate her below." I said, "No, that's very unfair." That school of thought is changing, and those are the positives which I'm seeing today. So when women coming back into the corporate world, now what the organizations are doing, and I'm speaking of BNY Mellon today from where I am kind of today, they're making it a more inclusive environment. So we hire people either through job fairs or through referrals or through specific recruitment consultants who help us with those kind of people. Okay, we put them through a specific training, a specific agenda, a curriculum, kind of thing like that. And the most important thing we realized where it makes a difference is pairing them with somebody, pairing them with a buddy, kind of thing, which makes them feel comfortable, kind of thing like that. It is going to take some time. Because where I would request my women colleagues also to be prepared is few points. One, you're coming back into the corporate world maybe after a 2-year break, 3-year break. We don't know, maybe a 5-year break. My wife took a 3.5-year break before she joined back the corporate world. We need to keep in mind that some of your peers, especially the male colleagues, could have moved up the career ladder. They may be a higher grade. It's perfectly okay. It doesn't matter that we may start at a grade which is a junior to them because of the fact we took a break in our career, kind of thing like that. Let's assume even if we have a 20-year working career, a year or there hardly makes a difference. Believe me, it all evens out, kind of thing. So we need to know that yes, some of my peers, especially the male folks who have been a year or two ahead or maybe a grade ahead, kind of thing, it's perfectly okay, kind of thing. Two, the women also need to be very clear what the support system is back for them. Now, today, because of the pandemic, most organizations are working from home. Now, at some point of time, 2022 or maybe later, we will start coming back into office. And most organizations are offering a flexibility, and very few are offering complete flexibility. Now, when women start coming back after a career break, then what are the support system they have at home? How are they going to manage it, kind of thing like that? Whether the spouses will help them or their parents or their in-laws, kind of thing. These are things which they need to factor in. And one, the world keeps changing every month, kind of thing. Technology is making most of our work redundant and outdated, kind of thing. So what they may have done 3 years back may no longer be very relevant today. So a decision in terms of what am I getting into, what do I want to get into. So some of these clear aspirations, whatever they have, they should have clear career choices in terms of what they want to do. The biggest thing is the self-confidence. Now, the self-confidence where the organization plays an equally important role. I do hire a lot of women returning back to work. We pair them up with buddies. We need to be sensitive as an organization kind of thing. It cannot be one rule applies for everybody or one size shoe fits all kind of thing. We need to understand. So this is where the corporates need to start playing an important role, giving them the flexibility, giving them that break, giving them that comfort. Let them take the time to settle down. It's okay if they take longer than a regular hire kind of thing like that. It's okay if they want to work from home on many days. It's okay if they want to leave early kind of things like that. It's okay if they want to take care of their son or their daughter kind of thing. If the organizations are really interested in tapping their talent and not wanting to do lip service, they will extend all these benefits. Trust me. Because if my objective is just to show a target, I've hired 5 returning women, then the whole thing is a farce. Okay, then I'm merely doing lip service. But if I really want to make a difference, tap the potential kind of thing like that, then we give them the break. The reason I'm saying this so passionately is I've had many women managers in my career, and believe me, some of the best mentoring is from them, their commitment and their dedication, and you will never get better people than them in terms of their commitment. There was this lady who I reported to. I mean, she used to start work at 7:30 in the morning. I mean, I'm talking of India where culture people come in only 9:30, 10 and work long hours. There's so much I learned from her, and the passion and the dedication and the commitment. That is why I'm saying there's a lot of talent which we don't really leverage, which is why organizations should play an equally important part. The other input which I will give the learning women is you will always have people who will pass remarks. Oh, she's got a break because, it's the gender. Oh, yeah, I don't think she deserves it. Yeah, the organization is partial. Believe me, that's not going to go away. It will take time for people's mindset to change. And this is reality kind of thing. The only way to do it is ignore it. We will just ignore it and move on in life. Our job is to focus on what we have been hired. And believe me, time will tell the answer for many of these things. I mean, I'll not say that there will be no snide remarks. There will be snide remarks. But I don't think we need to really worry or too much about it. And there are a lot of good people in the organization who want to make it work, who want to have our women colleagues succeed. Everybody has got a mother, a wife, a daughter, a sister, a niece, an aunt, a cousin kind of thing like that. And why should it be very different when it's an office? We extend the same respect, dignity, and courtesy. There are a lot of good people there. So let's not get bogged down by the odd snide remarks kind of thing. But we also need to be equally prepared that there will be such things. We need to have the resolve and the guts and the determination how we're going to overcome that. What do I really want to do? I will pause here, take any questions, any input, any feedback before I have a few more points which I thought I will add.
Okay, thank you very much for your great sharing us your past experience for a woman in this world. And do we have any questions from the floor to our speaker, Vish, regarding?
Can I ask a question?
Sure. Thanks.
Okay, so I'm really amazed that our speaker, has such a wonderful view about women career sustainability, and I would like to ask him whether whatever he feels that women can contribute in the career-wise, will that be really rewarded? Or do we have any kind of discrepancy between the male counterparts as well as the female counterparts? Can you?
Yes, that's an excellent question. So, in all honesty, let me answer your question in 2 points. One, most organizations are moving away from the discrimination. Discrimination existed. That is a fact. It is not a myth. I don't want to browbeat or say it doesn't exist. It did exist. It used to be there. Like I said, it was very convenient for people. Oh, she's on a maternity break. Why should she be considered for promotion? Oh, let her rate her on the lower end of the spectrum. So these kind of discrimination did exist. Okay, and I've seen it. But things have changed a lot now. Most organizations are very, very inclusive now and they want to make a difference. But you will still find the odd manager who's got the old school of thought that, no, I don't think we are being fair kind of thing. But where it helps overcome is we have a robust system in place in terms of assessing that nobody is being discriminated because of a gender. Now, going back, let me put it this way. Now, let's say we are hiring a woman who's coming back after a 5-year break or a 6-year break. And like I said, we have hired people like that. I, as the unit head, need to understand it is going to take some time for them to settle down. There are no overnight miracles. There is no magic wand that they are ready from day one. It is going to take time. Then I question ourselves, why have I hired them? Because of the talent, what they bring onto the table. So, but we need to nurture the talent and give them the time to settle down. So, by and large, the system will take care of to ensure there is no discrimination. But if you ask me honestly, is there? Yes, there is. There are people who still try to discriminate kind of thing based on a gender, based on the fact that somebody is coming just back after a long break kind of thing. Okay, but if BNY or a HSBC or a Standard Chartered or the or city kind of thing who believe a lot of this will ensure that the system does take care of it kind of thing like that. Okay, there is a largely a fair kind of a footing, and I'll tell you why. Today, in terms of hiring, we consciously make an effort to hire a lot of our women, and believe me, I had this. This bias, okay, the unknown bias 6 years back when I joined BNY. We worked long hours well into the night, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, because we support the Europe and the US region. There was an unconscious bias in me where I didn't to hire a women because can they work those long hours? Then I said, let me try kind of thing. And believe me, it works. But that unconscious bias existed in me and I had to change it kind of thing like that. So to summarize the answer to my question, it is there. I'm not saying it is not there. It is definitely there. But the system and the culture of the organization does take care of it to ensure such unfairness does not creep in. But the bigger change will come in when we change our society and change the mindset which people have. And we are there on the right path. And I think we will get there soon, kind of thing like that. So I'm not sure I answered your question, but that's my views, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. I just wanted it openly because even now there are so many people who come to me and tell, why are you having a separate women in engineering? I think with the way the women are being nurtured and supported, soon we will need men in engineering. And I used to tell them that, yes, if that possible time comes in future, we will support you definitely. But till then, you support the women. And I'm sure you have also highlighted that point that we still need nurturing women and supporting them. And probably after some time, when we reach there where the equality comes in, then we will not need separate conferences, separate associations or anything like that for women.
Hopefully it will. To be honest, I've seen a lot of change in the last 20 years, like when I started and what I am seeing today. And let's say the next 20 years kind of thing, hopefully there'll be a lot more changes, kind of thing like that. But I also believe that the change also has to start with us. In fact, and I'm saying this with all due respect and no kind of thing, we should teach our boys in the family also, you know how to cook. It's okay to cook. You have to learn how to cook. It's okay to wash vessels. It's okay to, wash the clothes. We don't teach them in kind of thing like that. That's why it's that assumption it is supposed to be a women's job kind of thing like that. You go ask a boy today kind of thing, oh, cooking, I don't know, it's my sister supposed to do it. So we as parents need to teach our boys. It is equally important for you to learn to cook, to wash, to clean kind of thing like that. And that's where the change will happen.
Yes. Charity starts at home.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much for a wonderful question and wonderful answer for to give us insight. Yes, valuing gender equality would help bias and conformity issues in any research environment, including engineering. And also, I believe it would broaden perspectives and diversify the range of opinion on particular problems around us. And eventually, I believe acting for gender equality will be an essential step to nurture the field of engineering and this society. So actually, I have another question to our speaker, Vish. So what advice would you give to women developing their university career in engineering or economy or in some the field where women are relatively minor compared to the others?
Sorry, what you're saying is how do I give an opportunity?
Yeah. What advice would you give to women like female, our engineering students or young?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In fact, we now, what do you call it, have organized efforts to hire more women in terms of our groups, in terms of our organizations, in terms
By the way, so
of...
sorry. How old is your daughter? Yeah,
My
I don't know.
daughter is in her teens, he's in her mid-teens
I see. Sure. Yeah.
kind of thing like that. So we do kind of thing like that. Like I said, I have a daughter and a sister and a niece kind of thing. So why would I want to do that? So we do kind of thing like that. And kind of thing, like I said, and especially for the returning women, we will give them the flexibility. We need to be sensitive to that. It cannot be a hard and fast rule that everybody will be judged the same way. It is going to take time. And we will give that opportunity. And where we can make a difference, we will.
I see. So is there any particular advice that you want to give those women?
Sorry, anybody? Okay,
advice.
It's not going to be easy. Let me tell you, don't assume it's all roses and wine and all of that when you get back into the corporate world. While people will talk, people like me kind of thing, there is a reality also. There will be people who will be skeptical, who will say, oh, she got it because of a gender or because we are running this program. Let that not affect you, kind of thing like that. Let us not get worried or depressed because somebody has made some comment. You will always have people saying that we need to focus on what we need to do, and that is what will take us to the top, kind of thing. There is a reality also out there. Much as organizations do a lot, you will still have a colleague making some snide remarks. And I'll be incorrect if I say it never happens. It does happen. Forget thing. Oh, she got promoted because of that. It's ridiculous. People get promoted because of their merit. My request to people is, let's not react to it. It makes no difference. Let's not react to it. We will end up wasting our energy and time, kind of thing like that. It's just not worth the time or effort. We have a job to do. Let's focus on our job, and the rewards will automatically follow. Believe me, hard work never fails. It may take, maybe instead of 1 month, it may take a slightly longer time, but it never fails, and it will automatically come. The moment we start reacting it, we start getting negative, nervous energy, we waste our time, kind of thing like that, unnecessary stress. It's just not worth it. Do our job focused. And that is my only advice, which I will tell my women colleagues.
Thank you so much for your practical advice. It really helps to understand the real situation, something that we can keep in our minds when we return to the real world. Actually, we have amazing questions listed in our comment chat. Vish, can you see the comments okay, then I can actually...
If you can, please help me.
Yeah, sure. The first question comes from Aisharya. Aisha, can you unmute your mic? Or if not, then I can read your comment. Hey, thanks for your question.
Yeah. Thanks, Vishwanathan, for sharing those points. I was just saying that it was in a very crisp manner. The key points were shared, and that was great. My question was, you were talking about how there have been changes across your years of experience at BNY or other organizations. So what are some of the aspects of this mindset and attitude change which you may have witnessed, be it at the micro level, being the women or men individually, and also at the macro level, which can be the society, community, or the organizations, and what can be done better, in your opinion?
Okay. So it's a two-way change. One, I don't want to go back and say 20 years back it was very different, because we also need to keep in mind how society was at that point of time. And let me tell you, I'm a person who watches a lot of movies. In fact, watching movies is one of my favorite pastimes. So if you look at the Hindi movies of the 90s, kind of thing like that, you'll always find that the hero is God, kind of thing like that. And the woman is the proper, for want of a better word, is basically subjugated by the man, kind of thing like that. She can't speak up, kind of thing. It's the patriarchal father, kind of thing. Okay, and another favorite movie of mine is Dangal by Amir Khan, how he fights the odds in the society to ensure his daughter does become a wrestler, kind of thing like that. So society was like that at that point of time. But a lot of it has changed over the years, and for me it was also personal influence. There's a huge age gap between me and my sister, kind of thing. But in the 80s, when I was a child in a primary school, that third, fourth standard kind of thing, my father wanted to educate my daughter. My sister, his daughter. So she finished at 12. He put her on to BSc, then an MS, PhD, kind of thing. I remember a lot of relatives, no, she's 21, 22, you should get her married, kind of thing. Why is she studying? My father insisted, no, women have to be independent. They need to know how to live. I want my daughter to be, and that maybe had an unconscious influence in my mind, kind of thing like that. So the society has changed over the years, and a lot of it is thanks to people like you, people who have fought for their equality. I mean, we shouldn't be fighting for it, but the unfortunate situation it has. And our generation, when I'm saying our generation, people like me who came into the corporate world in the 2000s and people who are still coming in, have a much better understanding and a much better education kind of thing like that. Now, let me give you another personal example. 10 years back or 12 years back, if you asked me about LGBT, I would have blankly at you. I wouldn't have even known kind of thing like that. But today, my daughter writes out an essay on LGBT and says we should not be discriminating against them and we should make it an inclusive environment. At her age, believe me, I would have never even known about it. So which way the society is changing for the good. There's more awareness now. There's more campaigns kind of thing like that. We are requesting people to treat each other with dignity and with respect. So, a long answer to your question, we are changing. It is changing because the society is changing with the times. Technology has made redundant many things, so which means people can connect with anybody else. Today, I put something on a WhatsApp, it becomes viral in minutes, kind of thing like that, or a YouTube kind of thing. So there's much more connectivity. The dependency on I am the boss is falling away. Boundaries are being cut, kind of thing. The walls are no longer there. People have a more realization and conscious efforts are being made, like this wonderful this conference where people realize, like I said, I wouldn't have known 15, 16 years back, but the exposure to corporate world taught me a lot of things. The exposure, the way my wife was challenged, because, oh, you just married, your husband will get, and the fact that my career took precedence. Today, if I'm transferred, I may give precedence to her career, kind of thing like that. So that is how it has changed. Are we there yet? Answer is no. Will we be there in the next 15 years? Much, much better, kind of thing like that. So I'm not sure I answered your question, Aishwarya, but that's what I feel about it, kind of thing.
Absolutely. I think it's like you said, it's a two-way and multi-way change with a lot of ripple effect.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for your question, Aishwarya, and also answer from our respective speaker, Vish. We have a few more questions from our chat, and also we are running a bit late, but I guess since we started slightly later than our time, let me allow a few more questions if it is acceptable. Yeah. So next question is from Parul Sharma. He is a chief of staff of BNI Mellon. I don't know whether he's here still, but his question was, how do we give this focus to women, but at the same be inclusive as well? Parul, are you here?
Sorry, I didn't get the question. How do we tell our women?
How do we give this focus? I think this focus means he was listening to your talk and then referring to the point that you were mentioning during your talk to women, but at the same be inclusive as well. Yeah.
How can the women be more inclusive?
Yeah. How do we give this focus to women, but at the same time be inclusive as well? I think it was his question. Power, are you here? Can you,
Varnika, can you drop a mic to Parul?
Ma'am, I've already done that.
Oh, okay. Mr. Parul, if you can grab the mic and ask the question, that would be great.
Varnika, I think you may have to drop a mic to Nuri as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And Yemi. Yemi also has off.
So I think Parul was referring to your talk where you were speaking about how we want to keep the hiring practices or organizational policies to bring in more women, but also keep it more inclusive. So I think she was referring to that and extending on that.
Yeah, inclusiveness is a wide term, if I may say. It is not only from a gender perspective, it is also in terms of their culture, their language, their origin, kind of thing like that. I'll give you a classic example. I'm based out of Chennai. I have people from various cities and towns of India, but when we are in a group, we shouldn't be speaking Tamil. We should be speaking English, which is the common language. But by default, what happens? People end up speaking. So that is also diversity. That is also inclusiveness, kind of thing. And this is never a one-time exercise. It's an ongoing one where you continue to educate and teach people what it means in terms of being inclusiveness. And the organization also has to constantly review its policies. Are we doing enough? Should we be doing more? Are we doing too much? Do we need to push back on certain things? So that's the way I look at it as inclusion. It's never like I got it done or a tick in the box kind of thing like that. It's a constant evolving exercise with the changing times.
I see. Thank you so much. I think this is very good time for us to close our session.
Yes,
So
actually,
should we yeah,
thank you.
right. Should we wait, Emmy?
Excuse me, Preeti here. Do we have time, because already the meeting started late, I believe it was 1 o'clock
Yes.
something, no? Yeah.
Yeah, we are okay.
One
can you
question
drop
I want to
just a quick question, please, because
Yes,
Amy is
first question.
coming.
Sir, I just wanted to say, because the woman inclusivity, be it woman or anywhere, like corporate or anything, how can we make the change in the thinking of society? Because it is a patriarchy society. Once that thought is changed, then inclusivity will happen. Because irrespective of regions, be it south or anything, basically we need to remove the thought of patriarchy, then people might be. So how do we start with that? Like, if you see disability point of it, so corporates might, or you have a minor disability, you have been husked out, rejected as part of it. So they don't offer you, but the person might be very good with his mental this thing and all those things. So how do we bring in, it is not a woman's problem, it is for a generic thing. How will the society be changed to think broader? I know millennials are doing a lot of things. They don't go with the biased or prejudiced view that has been happened. How can you bring a change? That is, how can we make everyone feel like you they're part of your contribution is important. You are valuable for us, irrespective of age, caste, or religion, or disability, or anything. So how do we? Because we are the change
I
makers.
think
If
we
you
need to drop a mic for Vishwanathan, sir, because I
So
think
he just called me. So apparently there has been a power cut at his place, and he's
okay.
back with us
Oh,
again.
I see. Yeah. Okay. It's pretty much understandable because this is live and we never practice. It's not pre-recorded session. So yeah, it's understandable and can happen in any situation like this. I believe that next session is Japan career discussion, the availability. So career opportunity in Japan, led
Yeah.
by Amy Yano. Is she here now?
No, she's not here right now.
But she says she is in the session.
So Amy's
What's up
session
with her?
is in another room, so we will have to.
Okay, sure. All right, then let me close. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is wrap up of our session. On behalf of Returning Mothers Conference Committee, thank you all for making time in your busy day during this weekend and to join us here today. It has been my pleasure to host this session, and I wish you all a pleasant day with the rest of sessions in this conference. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone. Have a lovely day.
Thanks, everybody. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Thanks. Bye.